What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Alright guys, what I have for you today is my iron and string farm and trading outpost. Now this is an add-on to my Quattro Villager Breeder, which I will link in the description. It's actually very important that you watch that video first, because I'm going to show you how to build this whole top part. Okay, now this video will show you how to modify it, and also come down here and build the entire iron and string farm and trading outpost. So if we go inside here, I think it looks pretty cool actually. I mean, you can obviously change the floor design, whatever, to whatever you want. But if you come in here, now there are 13 different villager types. I only have 12 here, so you are going to be missing one. You can get another one if you want. You just got to add another bed. I'll show you that when we're doing how to build it. You can add another bed. Totally up to you. But you're going to have to find an area to keep it. Maybe in the middle here somewhere. You could put down some of these, some trapdoors or whatever. You could totally do that. So that's up to you. But regardless, you still have 12. Pretty nice. And then I will be showing you also in another video how to change them if you want. And I'll just link it to this. But, you know, to change their job roles. So that way you can get one of each type of villager. Okay? So that's super important to watch if you want to do that. And that'll be another video coming out soon. All right, but let's get into what you need. Oh, really quick. So I had this running for about 4 hours. I will not tell you how much the rate is because it's a huge variable. So I cannot promise you 2 stacks an hour. I can't promise you, any of that. It's a variable. So, oh, this is a big boy. This is a pretty good one. So let's see. So after 4 hours, we have 2 stacks and like a quarter. So 2 1/4 stacks. But you got a lot of string. And the good thing about the string is obviously you can turn it into wool and you can trade it, or you can just trade it by itself. So these will get you emeralds as well, which is actually kind of nice. But the biggest thing is this part right here, the trading outpost. So this is really what I designed this for. And then all the other stuff around it is actually just extra. You're getting this. Oh, look, we already got more string. So the string and stuff, that's entirely extra to the farm. Okay, so you could get more iron. You could get less iron. It all depends on where the center of the village is at any given time because it shifts a lot in this design. Okay, but let's get into what you need and how to build it before I convert or switch over to the other world. So we're going to need a button. I'm just going to be using stone buttons, and that's because after 4 hours, there was one cat that randomly spawned in here, and I think what happened is he fell down one of these tubes because he shouldn't be spawning in here. But so the reason I'm not putting the pressure plate on the floor is because if I put the pressure plate, the cat walks over it, the cat can get out and wander away, and he'll take up some of your cap. Okay, so we're going to put the buttons here. That way you can kill any cats. We're going to need flint and steel and magma blocks. Those are important. Those do come into play. You're going to need a lot of signs. I don't know how many. Just take a few stacks with you. A lot of stacks with you. You're going to need that. You're going to need some chests, as you can see here. Oh, and let's actually just go on the outside real quick just to show you something else. Oops. It's the one thing about the buttons I hate. So these right here, the flames, that's what we need the netherrack for coming up. That is to kill the cats. Okay, that's what kills the cats, gets us the string. As you can see, you're going to need a lot of trapdoors too. That's to prevent the cats from falling inside the hoppers. Okay, they're going to fall inside the hoppers and they'll get stuck, so we don't want that. Don't worry, eventually the cats, you saw how much string we have. Eventually the cats will go into there just from roaming. Okay, and then this is just extra storage on the outside. So this would be the outside of the farm. Okay, so you got the 2 fronts. And then the 2 sides or backs or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it's pretty cool. So you're going to need that. You're going to need, like I said, a bunch of chests. You're going to need a bunch of hoppers. It is a little hopper heavy in the beginning. You can change that with like a water stream, but then you'd have to get rid of that, and the cats will be here. Just, if you can spare the hoppers in the beginning, it'll pay off for you in the end. Like I said, a lot of trapdoors. You're going to need some building blocks. I'm going to be using stone brick and smooth stone slab. You're going to need a lot of them, so just keep that in mind. You are going to need a lot of those. I have some sea lanterns for light. You can use any kind of light source you want. totally fine. Totally up to you. I would say probably stay away from the lamps and the torches or whatever, because you don't want to accidentally lock hoppers. Some of the hoppers will touch some of the sea lanterns or the light sources, so keep that in mind. You are going to need 4 beds, because we're going to be adding some beds to the original design. A lot of glass. You're going to need a lot of water, so you're going to have to keep making water sources. Just keep that in mind. That water is very important to this design, as is the lava. You're going to need 2 iron doors. Iron doors, again, are just a safer way for you to protect yourself rather than regular doors. So, raids and stuff, you don't get the door broken down. 8 pieces of netherrack. You're going to need some rails and some minecarts, which you will all get back. You really only need one minecart. You can just keep using that over and over again. And I think the most you're really going to need is about 7, maybe, rails. But, again, you get those back. All right, so let me hop into the other world where I have the other one pre-built. And let's start building this thing. All right, guys. First and foremost, in the previous video, the Quattro Villager Chamber Breeder, I showed you how to build this. But for this, you're going to need to raise it. So if you saw the other video, where I start building it, this is the water right up here. Okay, right above this block. That's the 6th block up. That's where you put your dirt. You'll see it in the other video. Just make sure that's the 6th one up. Okay? I only have these here just to show you, but I'm also going to keep that light there. So that's the 5th block up, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, you put the light, and then on top of that goes the water, and then you start building your farm. Okay, so that's the first thing. You need to raise it. Okay? Now, second thing is, what I want you to do, well, let's just do the water first. Shut this water off. Okay? Now, little caveat, and this is very, very important. Once we change these beds, do not start building anything else until there are 3 villagers in here, or at least up here. Okay, there has to be 3 villagers in each chamber. It'll make your life much easier, because essentially what we're going to be doing is kind of locking the villagers into this little area where the beds are, and we're doing that to cut down on the iron golem spawns in here. Now, every once in a while, out of the 4 hours I came back, there was one iron golem that was stuck in here. But I did make a modification afterwards, which we're going to do now, and that should eliminate the iron golems from spawning. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not 100% guaranteeing you that they're not going to spawn in here, but if you notice that your iron has just stopped, just take a look at it. But the good thing is they'll be easy to kill up here. They shouldn't spawn, because we're gonna be cutting off their airspace. But I'm just saying, just in case. But regardless, make sure there are the 3 villagers in each one. So let's change the beds first, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break all of this. Okay? We're gonna break all of this. Break the beds. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put just down like that, just temporary blocks, and we're going to put the 3 beds here. So instead of 2, there's going to be 3 beds. Now we're going to break this. Okay? Now, this is the most important part. Right in this area right here, in this little corner, catty corner to this, we're going to put a half slab there, and then everywhere else now, we're going to put full blocks. Okay? Very important. That way the villagers can still walk by. Okay, now we're going to come in here, by the way. We're going to break this. Do not break this yet, because we want to make sure the villagers are collected in there. Okay? Once you have all your villagers there, you can change this block right here, the one we just put, to a full block. Okay? So we're not going to do anything else yet. We're just going to put water down for now. Okay? Once you have your 3 villagers, and do that for all of them. Once you have your 3 villagers in that spot, or at least on these 2 blocks right here with the water pushing, okay, and you've changed this block over, okay, and you've changed this block fully like that, then what we're going to do is we're going to come on top of these blocks, and we're going to put more half slabs like that, okay, and we're going to cover the beds, but we're not going to use full blocks, because the beds still have to register like that. Okay, now keep in mind, you have your 3 villagers already here. Okay, then we're going to put down our water bucket on the top, and it's going to look like that now. Okay, that's super important. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to do that on all the sides. Now remember, you're only replacing this block and putting the other blocks on top, the half slabs on top, once you have your villagers here. Another thing I wanted to mention is that bell. Make sure you take that bell out because we're not trying to make the center of the village here. We want to make it one of these randomized beds, and it's going to alternate and constantly change. But we don't want to provoke the village or the iron golems to spawn in here. So take that bell out. And also, if you wanted to add another bed, now would be the time. And what you would do is you could put it over here. So this could be the area that you could put your other bed. So you just go like that, and that would be that would give you that 13th villager down below. Okay? And again, you would not change this block, okay, until your 4th villager was in here. So you'd want to have 3 in all the other ones and the 4 here, and then you can go ahead and change this to that block. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this right now because I don't want that, but you would just keep it and do the same thing. Just cover everything with, you know, that, okay? Okay, so now that that's done, actually if you wanted to, you can also break these because now that we're high, the wandering trader will not spawn up here. I have not seen one yet. Also, keep in mind, I forgot to tell you guys this is like my 15th version of this farm. I could have created an entire iron farm itself, but I promised you a conversion for this, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, now we're going to change these as well, because you're going to have all your villagers grown up, right? You're going to have your 3 in each one, or 4 in one if you decided to add that extra bed. But essentially what you're going to have is, see how this is locked here? See how this prevents, once the villagers sleep and they stand up, they're not going to be able to get out of this little chamber, and they really do not breed. Okay, so make sure, again, all your villagers are in here, like 3 in each chamber, and there's no baby villagers, because that will, well, it doesn't even matter. They'll just fall down and die after what we do. Okay, but before we do that, let's start the actual farm itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop these. I believe you guys had, whoops, in the video I showed you this, right? I showed you, what did I do? Oh. So in the video you had these here. So what you're going to do is just break these. You're going to drop the glass. 1, 2, 3. You're going to add your brick or building block of your choice. Okay. Perfect, just like that. And you can go ahead and do that on all 4 sides. Okay. Once that's done, you're going to come here and you're going to drop these all the way down. Like so. Okay. And you might as well do it to all the sides right now. We'll end up fixing it later on. Well, you'll get some of these blocks back, because what we're going to do is we're going to figure out which side we want to be our entrance, which side we want to be the storage sides. Okay, so we'll drop all of these down on all 4 sides. Okay, so let's say we want this side to be our entrance and that side as well. Okay, let's say that our base is somewhere over here, and, you know, we want this side to be where the doors are. Okay, which is perfect. So now what we're gonna do is, oh, actually we can also put down, sorry, a sea lantern on this side. Okay, now we're just gonna go all the way across with it, skipping a space in between. Okay, and that should meet up right over here with this one. Okay, cool. And then what we're gonna do, whoops, what we're gonna do is, we don't need the beds anymore. We could take these trapdoors. Put one right there. Okay. Put that right there, like so. Perfect. And now we can build up with it. And we can just go, for now, just go 2 up. Because we'll eventually change everything up anyway. You'll see in a bit. Okay, and then you can come out like this. Oh no, don't do that yet. Okay, we just want to kind of get the idea of where everything is going to be. And then do the same thing on this side. But make sure it's directly across from it. Like, don't do it over here or don't do it over there, okay? Directly across from it. All right? Now coming up is going to be very important for you guys to actually pay attention to everything, because there's going to be a lot of water streams. There's going to be a lot of placement of oaks or signs, and things turn certain ways that I tested it. So you're just going to have to really pay attention. Okay, make sure you don't go off on your own because you might mess it up and put it somewhere that I tried during testing that failed. I don't want you to do that. Okay, so now come to this corner. See if we're staring at the farm like this, doesn't matter which side you start on, it's going to be equal all the way around. You're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4. Break these 3 blocks. Okay, well actually before you break this one, you can come in with it. Okay, and then break that. Okay, same thing on this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in that way, and then break those. And then we're going to connect these going across. Now the reason we're doing that is because we need a gap of 2 for the iron golems. Okay, before you go any further, again, you're going to have all your villagers in here waiting to be dropped down, and you're going to have all your villagers grown up before you do this. Okay, ideally. If you want to do it earlier, but you're going to run the risk of, like I said, the villagers getting stuck and then not being able to breed. And, you know, you run your risk. And same thing with the baby villagers. You run the risk of them falling down and getting stuck in the lava. So I have baby villagers, but for the purpose of this, I'm just going to show you. So what you want to do is put them up there like this. Okay. Same thing on this side. You just want to go all the way across. Whoops. It's going to be a little tricky when you're doing it. Right, and then dropping that. And then we're going to be breaking these. The ones we put in the first time. Okay? Cool. Now, do this little thing all the way around just so you can get that even. And then I'll come right back. Okay, so now that we did that on all the sides, okay, you might be asking, why did we do that? Well, you can see right here, we're still keeping the villagers here so they don't fall off. But any cats that spawn will eventually get pushed off. So if you watched closely in the beginning of this video when I showed you the farm in action, you'll notice that there may have been like 1 cat there because eventually they all fall off. And you are going to have to go around killing the cats if you see any because they will have already spawned. So we'll do that at the end. Just make sure you kill all the cats once your farm is up and running because they won't be able to spawn out here anymore. They'll be spawning in our little chambers. Okay? Now, before we get started, what you're going to do is right on this right here, this composter, you're going to put down 1 sign, and then you're going to put down 2 to the left and 2 to the right. You're also, from the bottom, I think you could do from down here. Yeah. You're also going to put 1 on each of these, which is why I had you put this down first, so that way it's already set up before you put your water streams down and before we finish the rest of it, okay? And you're going to do that exact thing on all 4 sides. Okay, so now that that's done, we can start our platforms. Now, you might be wondering why we're building out all of these platforms. Well, I actually had to watch a video, which I never usually do, on how the spawning works in Bedrock. Now, I watched Foxy No-Tail because I told you, I've gone through so many versions of these farms, and they just weren't working right. So then I watched his video, and he showed that the center of a village is not necessarily your bell, but it seems like more often than not it will be your bell, especially if you place the bell first. So by breaking the bell, what's going to happen is it's going to be one of these random beds. And then there's a 17 by 17 area around the bed. So you figure 8 one way, 8 the other direction, and then the bed itself would be the 17th block. That where iron golems can spawn. But because of this design, it's constantly changing, especially once the villagers are dropped down here. They can't access their bed anymore. Look, you can see a villager already got out. That's why you want to make sure your villagers are fully grown up. I have to go kill him because he's part of the farm. But anyway, so this farm, no matter what side the bed decides to be the center, which bed decides to be the center, it will make sure an iron golem is caught and is killed. And then plus you're always going to have cats falling in different areas, so that's why we're doing that. Okay? So now remember, this is the 4th block, right? We went 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to come out 5 more. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're just going to connect these for now. We're going to come out and we're going to do the same thing, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you just bring this across. Whoops, didn't come across with it enough. They have to match up. So just come out 2 more and then boom, just like that. Okay? And you're going to do that all the way around. But then what you're going to do, actually, I'll do this with you. So then what we're going to do is we have this block. We're going to come out another 2 with it. Okay. Another one and then come in like that. Okay, so it should look like that. Same thing, another 2 with it, or technically 3 with it, and then come in like that. Okay, then you can fill this entire platform in, and you can fill this entire platform in, and then do that all the way around. Okay, and then you'll have a nice platform, and you can actually break off the ends. Okay, once that's all done, you can come on the outside with it like this, and you can put your glass. Okay, and we're going to go 2 up with the glass. So it's going to come all the way around the outside. Okay, and it's also going to be 2 up, and then we're also going to put a slab on top just for looks, just for the aesthetics of it, and do that all the way around. Okay, now that that's done, what you're going to do is you're going to come to each corner here, and you're going to go out 5. I'm just going to use this lantern just so I can see it easier with the water, because you're going to break it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just connect the 2, but make sure it's a diagonal on the end. See how the diagonal is going up? Okay, you're going to put a water bucket there, a water bucket there, and if we did everything correctly, it should go right to the edge right there. Okay, then you can break these, and then do that on all 4 sides. Okay, once all of that is done, it'll become very apparent where you have to put your first block. There'll be a single space here. So what you're going to do is put down a block. Now, it's important you only put the block down first. Don't do this. Just do it exactly how I'm doing it. Watch. So you put down a block. You put down the water bucket. Okay? Now, I'm aware you're going to be doing this in survival. Okay? I'm totally aware of that. So what you're going to do next is put another block that way and another block that way. Then come to this side, another block that way and another block that way. Okay? And I just did it fighting the current for you. And when it all is said and done, you're going to have this kind of pattern right here. Then you can go ahead and break those and do that on all 4 sides. Okay? Now it should look just like this. If there's anywhere where there's a space missing, or if you see water falling, where you probably went wrong with is in your counting. You want to make sure from here to here there's 9 blocks. Okay? There's going to be 7 that you see, and then the 2 air gaps from there. Okay, so that's probably where you made your mistake, if you made a mistake at all. So keep that in mind. Now what you can actually go and do is drop these guys. So let me just get in there. Whoops, Okay, now you can actually just break that, and your guys will fall down, and they're going to get stuck. They can't come out, because they should be fully grown. If they're babies, they might get out, and then you just got to track them down with a minecart. But remember, by now, they should all be fully grown. Okay, you break that. And you break that. And now you should have 3 or 4 if you did that one. In this chamber, 3, 3, 3, all the way around. We will transport them via the minecart into their cells, into their own individual trading areas, but we're not going to do that right now. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to come here, okay, and we're going to do 2 blocks like that, okay. I like this design, so I'm going to do... You can do the stone brick if you want. I like this design. So I'm going to come in here and do that. Okay? Keep it so that way we can still walk. And then, so now we're just going to make the exact same pattern that we had up there. So it should be, well, we don't have to do it that way. We can just do it this way. Okay? So just do this all the way around, just tracing this outline with the 2 blocks and then, or the 2 glass blocks and then whatever other block here if you want to just, oh, and there we go. We already got an iron golem going, and I didn't even get my farm fully set up. Look at that. All the villagers aren't even bred yet. We got all the other villagers are running around, and we still got this guy running around here. So if that happens, you are going to have to kill him. So I would say track him down eventually with some lava and, you know, just kill him so you can avoid getting hurt yourself. But that may happen. That may happen, which is good. It's showing you that it's working. It's exactly what we want. Okay, so just do this all the way around. Okay, so it's going to look like this. So now let's go ahead in here and let's build our chamber for the guys to fall down. Okay, so we're going to start on this 3rd block. 1, 2, just like that. 3, put that here. And we actually want this to go all the way across. Okay, so we can just build this here, connect it all, right? Going all, oops. Gets a little slow. I like doing it with it. You may not like using the stone brick or the stone. You might use a different one. I happen to really like this. I wouldn't use wood. Stay away from the wood because we are going to have lava. So keep that in mind. If I remember, I will put the notation, the annotation. And hopefully I did, so that way you guys haven't completely wrecked your design. Okay, and we're gonna actually break this in a minute. You're gonna put these in these corners right here are actually gonna get broken. We're gonna let the water flow dictate that. Oh, and then these two right here are actually going to be these right here, the magma blocks. So we'll also put that in a bit. But for now, just do this all the way around. Okay? Now that that's all done, what we're going to do is just come in here like so. Put that there. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, just come all the way across with it. Now, originally I had it where there was like a design up here, like above these guys. But the cats will spawn on there, so you really can't do that. Okay, so instead what we're going to do is put glass there. Okay. Same thing on this. Oops, I forgot to do it on this side. So you just want to get the glass going across like this. Okay, same thing here. Finish the other two sides up. Okay, now on the sides where the little chambers are, we're actually going to come down more. So we're going to go like this. Okay, and then we're going to take this all the way across. Now this is where I had the little design originally, but we can't keep it that way, unfortunately, because they ruin everything. Cats ruin everything in this game. Or in this design, I should say. Definitely not in the game. Okay, and then just put that there, just like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do is right here, right where these little posts are, we're just going to go ahead and put those down like that. Okay. Oops, wrong one, sorry. That was silly of me. Not where the posts are, I apologize. Sorry. Right here. Because this is where we're going to put our trapdoors to keep the other guys in. Oops. Okay. Just like that. And you're going to do that on both sides. Cool. Okay, so you guys won't have these things happening. You won't have like villagers running around because, again, you listened to me and you didn't do any stuff. Look at this visual glitch from the wandering... Where is he? He's not even near me. The last update brought this like really weird glitch. Hey, look, he's all over there. And yet, those things are here. It's really, really strange. Drives me nuts. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to build our little chambers. Again, you don't want to put any lava or anything down yet. Although we could do the water. Let's do the water next. Okay, so we're going to come back in here. And we're going to find the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the center. Do not put it on this. Put it on this. Because if you put it on this, it's going to... it's a half slab, or it's a slab, so it'll put the water through the bottom. So put it there, and then put it on that side. Okay, now we have this little chamber here. So what we're going to do is in this middle block right here, see how it comes this way, and then this thing sticks out? We're going to go sign there, sign there. Okay, now you can kind of see an area to break. So we're going to break this, and we're going to put a sign there. We're going to break this, and we're going to put a sign there. Okay, I know it looks like the things are gonna this thing goes into here. I promise you, the iron golems will come over to here, and they will shoot their iron this way. Nothing is gonna get stuck there, I promise. Or at least I should say it has not in all of my testing. I've never seen an item get stuck here. All the cats will eventually jump and move and go that way. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. So find that fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. One there. One there. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So again, 1, 2. We're going to break this one, go there. And then we're going to break that real quick and put it there. Okay? Now you can see kind of where we have to break the blocks. Like so. There. And then make sure you don't break the sign. Okay? And do that on all 4 sides. Okay, now we're going to have these little killing chambers. And then all you're going to do is replace these two. Right? So if we're walking in here, you see the signs here. These 2 blocks, you just replace really quick with magma blocks. And you're going to do that on each side of the thing. And then you're going to do that all okay, once that's done, we can start to put down the glass barriers. Okay. And just kind of get an idea of the outline. So since this block is already here, okay, this is where we're going to put our, no, I'm sorry, that's not where we're going to put it. We can actually go ahead and cover this with whatever. And then you're also going to cover the backs of the guys. So just cover the backs of the guys like this, or the areas like that. Okay. You can cover that up. Oh, yeah, actually, never mind. We can keep that there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is underneath this block right here. Whoops, hold on. Underneath these right here, put down some light. Okay. And that is where we're going to put our chests. So we're going to put chests like this. Do that on the opposite side to this. So we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing over here. Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is go ahead and take the, where is it? Take the netherrack. Okay. And your flint and steel. And right underneath where these magma blocks are, we're just going to put netherrack and light it on fire. And then put some glass over it. Okay. Same thing on this side. Netherrack. Light it on fire. And put a piece of glass over it. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is right next to the fire, we're going to go ahead and put blocks here, blocks here. And we're doing that all the way around because it doesn't matter what side it's on. We still want to have that fire blocked off. Obviously the cats, we don't want them getting out. Okay, so we're just going to do that like that. And then same thing, oops, on the corner on the inside. Okay, so just block that off. I like to use the slabs. I think it looks good. You can use the regular blocks now that we have the blocks. I kind of like having that line in the middle of them. Okay, just like, whoops. And just like so. And oops, also next to it, which I forgot to do here. Okay, now we can make our entrance. I actually forgot to list this in the description right here, the brick stairs, if you're interested in it. So what I did was I just put 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, and then I put stairs going this, whoops, no, upside down. Stairs going that way, and stairs going that way. And that's how I created that. Again, that's if you're interested. You can do it however you want. Okay, then I put that there. And this is where I went ahead and I put the door. Okay, and then what I did was I broke this and I put the button right there. So the button goes on that. And then if you want, you can actually just, I think I did this, whoops, I think I did it this way for the entrance. I think I went like that. So you can go ahead and do that as well if you like the original design. Just break those. Okay, do this exact same thing on the opposite. Okay, now what you're going to do is underneath these blocks right here, just put down whatever you want, just something to not have the dirt or whatever you're building on there. Okay, so you're just going to be tracing these, right? And then, oops, I forgot to do it on this side. Look at that. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here we go. I don't like to break things. Okay, and do the same thing there. And then you can go ahead and bring your glass. Now, just leave yourself one little space. I'm just going to leave myself a space there because we still have to put in our hoppers. Okay, so it's just like this. And you're going to do this exact same thing, just like that, all the way around. Okay, now before we do anything else, let's put down our chests, okay, and make sure we get that taken care of. So I put them in this corner, in these corners right here. You can go ahead and, design this however you like. I'm going to leave that open for now. Put this underneath like so. And then just drop my chest. Okay, and do that in all 4. Okay, now that that's done, also going to put a button like this on the door. Whoops, did I lose my button? I lost my button. Okay. Just going to go ahead and put a button on the door. just so I can get the heck out. Okay, now that we got that done and you left yourself a space open, you realize it's not on that side, but it's on this side. Anything that has the chest, it's not going to be on the close side. It's going to be on the far side. Okay, so now you just got to, it's your job to just come in here and find it. I think it's this one. Yep. Okay, so we're just going to put that like that. So now everything leads in to these hoppers here, right? Because you want to make sure every single thing gets collected. And the way you do this, you crouch so you can go all the way back and then place it into that. Just in case you didn't know. Some people don't. Okay, go like this, like this, like this, and boom. And then what you do is so the cats do not fall inside, is you just go ahead and you can actually replace that block. And you can go ahead and put this here. Boom. Okay, now that's done. And go ahead and close it up. Again, remember, this one won't be on this side. It'll be on that side that we have to go. Okay, do that. Okay, before we go ahead and do the lava, if you'd like, just go ahead in here and go across with it. And you can do that all the way around. Just so, you know, it looks a little nice. Okay, you can do that all the way around if you'd like. I'll finish that up later, but now let's get into the lava. Okay, lava is very, very simple, actually. Now, in case you're wondering why I did the 2 here, because we want the lava to stop here. Sometimes when the iron golems items pop out, they'll all fall down here. But sometimes it just falls on the corner of this water and it would nick the lava and it would burn it. So by having this open, the iron golems are still going to burn, whether it's on here or whether it's in this lava, but the items won't get hurt. So that's very, very important. So now what you're going to do in each chamber, okay, you take your signs. And again, you could just get out by breaking the glass really quick. So you just go that way with it. So you're going to be on that second one up. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and then finally, let's do it on this one. Okay. Now you can take your lava, and you can place it right underneath this sign. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then 3, right? So 1, 2, 3. Or you can just do the 1 in the corner. It doesn't really matter. You can just do the 1 here if you're limited with your lava. I happen to like using source blocks. Okay? And you're going to do that on all the sides. Okay, so now for the real last thing, all we have to do, you should have your guys in these chambers. I actually broke some and was pushing them into this because they were just getting all over the place. You can do your floor however you want. But well, let's say you have, here, let me just take a, let me just take an egg really quick. Okay, so let's say you have your guys in here. Okay, let's say there's, can we get 2 of them in here? Yeah, so let's say you have your 2 guys in there. Obviously, they should be jobless or whatever. You can, well, I was going to say you can kill these guys, but the nitwits. If you have nitwits, kill them when they're in the tube up there. Probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. I'll try and put a thing to remember. Kill all nitwits in that tube. You want only the regular brown coat jobless, like these guys, villagers. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you just take your rails. Start with the furthest one, but I already have some in there. So you're just going to put it like this. Okay? Just so it turns, but then break that. And then what you're going to do is push your minecart this way. It'll pick one up. Push them there. It'll drop off. Okay? And then put down your slab. And then you can break. Oops. God dang it. You can break the minecart. And now he should be stuck in there and be good to go. Okay, and you can do that for all of them, and that's how you get it. That's how you get the guys separated. And once they're done, you put that in there like that. You do your floor. All I did for the ceiling was I just did this. I mean, nothing crazy. You could design it however you want. In terms of the actual design, like right now, with the ceiling and the floor, do it however you want. In terms of every block being placed in every direction that I did earlier, that has to happen. Oh, you can hear that motorcycle in the back. Okay, that has to happen. So do the floor literally however you want. I also went ahead and I did 1, 2, 3 on this one. I did a light there too. So I'm going to push this back. There we go. If they get a little too close, obviously you won't have two in the chamber. You'll have them there. But what I did was I put that there, and then I think I did a crafting table and a furnace on these two, and then these in the center. I don't know. Do it however you want. It's really entirely up to you. But that's it, guys. Oh, and then housekeeping. Make sure you kill all the cats. All the cats in the area have to go. You should not have any villagers. If you have villagers, you didn't listen to me in the beginning. And then if you kill them, I cannot guarantee that they're going to be in the chamber, like I said, because don't forget, we blocked it off. So there's no guarantee that they're going to breed. They should. They should breed, and it might be slower, but there's no guarantee. So if you listen to me in the beginning, you won't have any issues with your villagers being out here. Kill the iron golem with lava. You know, just put some lava around him. Hopefully he dies. Just keep following him. And then the cats, kill all the cats. And then you're good to go. And then your farm will be up and running. Because I have so many cats, I don't know if I'm going to have anything in these chests right now, but let's just see. I doubt it. I highly, highly, highly doubt it. Because, yeah, the cat's already filled up the cap. Yeah, but once you do that, you'll start getting stuff. And you could just stay in here. Do not put any beds down. Very important. You cannot sleep. If you want to sleep, go, really far. Villages are huge in this, in Bedrock. Like, you can't just, you have to go really far. Like, until you cannot see this thing anymore, put a bed, sleep, and then come back. But otherwise, I would just go AFK here. If you're on Xbox, plug your controller into your Xbox, and you can let it sit overnight. If you're on PC, just let it sit overnight, and you'll be good to go. You'll have some stuff in these chests ready to go. All right? Hope this helps, guys. I'm going to show you how to change them into whatever you want coming up in the future video, okay? So keep an eye out for that. That's going to do it for me. Until next time, Captain Obvious out.